Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, and a very good day. My name is HANANI binti MAZAIRY, and I will be presenting question number 1, which is to count the number of failures in the MOHAMAD test data. So the result that I got is 54. How did I get the result? Let's take a look at it. So first, we need to type in the function COUNTIF. And then select all the data that are given. Put in a comma and then write fail, and you can close the bracket and then type enter and you get the answer, 54. Moving on to the second question, which is to create a new worksheet in the database to compute gross revenues by month and regions, as well as worldwide totals for each product using the data in mower unit sales and tractor unit sales. So first, what you got to do is put in the equal sign and then the first data and multiply it by the mower price in 2015, which is $150, and then drag it to the right and down to see the result of the revenue. Repeat this process for year 2016, 17, 18 and 2019. Also, for the tractor unit sales, we are using the same process and steps. So, this is the total gross revenue for both products. We can see that both mower and tractor have the highest revenue from world, which are $96,594,120 and $570,880,750 respectively.
Hi, my name is NURUL ALIAH binti AHMAD NIZAM, and I am going to present question 3 for personal lawn equipment case study, which is as stated here. We are required to construct appropriate chart for the data and summarize conclusion from the analysis of the chart. This chart shows the overall dealer satisfaction from regions across the world that include North America, South America, Europe, Pacific Rim, and China per year from year 2015 to 2019. The dealer satisfaction were rated on scale from 1 to 5. We use line chart since it is suitable to reveal continuous changes of the dealer satisfaction from year 2015 to 2019. This is to identify whether the dealer is satisfied or not. According to the line chart, there is an increase in trend of people who rate the dealer satisfaction of the highest scale, which is 5. This indicates that the dealer is satisfied from year to year. The dealer who rate the scale of 0 only have slight changes over time, and only 6 of the dealers are unsatisfied and rate 0 from the year 2015 to 2019. According to the line chart, it shows that the number of users who rate 5 have slightest change in trend from year 2015 to 2017, and it began to decrease in year 2018 and 2019. This indicates that the end user are becoming less satisfied from the previous performance in year 2015 to 2017. Next is the complaint file that were assorted by region from year 2015 to 2019. The column chart shows that there is an increase in complaint from year 2015 to 2019 globally. The North America have the largest number of complaints, which amount 8,160 complaints throughout 2015 to 2019. The number of complaints are increasing gradually in South America, Europe, in the 5 years duration. For Pacific Rim, the number of complaints increased rapidly from year 2015 to 2018, but decreased in year 2019. China began to appear starting from 2017, and the complaints are increasing from year to year. However, China has the lowest amount of complaints compared to the other regions. The bar chart shows the mower unit sales from year 2015 to 2019 by its region. Majority of the mower sales were accounted by North America market, which accumulated the total of $452,540 for the 5-year duration. Europe has accumulated the second largest contribution to the mower sales, which is $68,940, followed by the South America and Pacific Rim, which contribute $16,940 and $10,350 respectively. China began to enter the market in year 2019 and accumulate $113 since it just entered the market. For the on-time delivery, we have constructed a clustered bar chart to identify the difference between the number of deliveries and the number of deliveries that were delivered on time from year 2015 to 2019. From the clustered bar chart, we can conclude that 97 to 98% of the deliveries were delivered on time from year 2015 to 2018. In year 2019, there is an improvement in the efficiency of the delivery where 99% of the deliveries were delivered on time. This shows that the company is making an effort to improve their performance.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Siti NORHAFIDZAH binti SUHAIMI. I will answer the question for question 4. Okay, the question is, you also need to provide statistical information by representing a descriptive statistical summary for the 2014 customer survey data. Alright, firstly, we have to click button data and then click the data analysis. For the analysis tools, we choose descriptive statistic. Press OK and select all the data range, included the label. Okay, and then we click group by column and click the labels in first row. So the output option, we enter it to the new worksheet and then we click summary statistic. Then click OK. The answer will come out. Okay, the 2014 customer survey data shows 4 types of data, which are quality, ease of use, price, and service. By presenting a descriptive statistical summary, the first analysis is measures of central tendency, which are mean, median, and mode. Mean is the average value for the data. Next, median is the middle value after sorting observations, and mode is most appeared value. Okay, for the mean for price is 3.67 and mean for service is 4.14 and mean for ease of use is 4.165 and mean for quality is 4.395. For the median for quality, 5, ease of use, 4, price, 4, service, 4. For the mod, quality, 4, ease of use, 4, price, 4, and service also 4. Okay, then measures of dispersion, which means how data is spread out. Firstly, range means difference between the highest and lowest value. Secondly, variance, which how widely observation vary. And lastly, standard deviation, which shows how far observations are from the sample average. Okay, for the range, we can see from the quality is 4, ease of use 4, price 4, and service also 4. For the variance, quality 0.5819 and ease of use 0.618, price 1.137, and service is 0.794. For the standard deviation, quality with 0.763, ease of use 0.782, price 1.066, and service is 0.8912. Furthermore, measures of normality, which are skewness and kurtosis. Normal skewness has a zero skew. Distribution is symmetric around its means. Positive skewness has long right tail and higher values, and negative skewness has long left tail and lower values. However, kurtosis measures the peakness of or flatness of the distribution of the series. We can see from the data, for the skewness, all the data is negatively skewed distribution because all the number is negative, which is quality with negative 1.49, and ease of use is negative 1.32, and price is negative 0.74, and service negative 1.14. Okay, that's all from me. I will pass the presentation to the next presenter.
Hello, my name is SHAFIQAH and now we're going to discuss about question 5. For 5A, the question is, are there significant differences in ratings of specific products or services attributes in the 2040 customer survey? So let's see. We will use ANOVA method to answer this question. This is the result we get after performing the ANOVA method on the data. So the null hypothesis is HO, which is equals to mean 1, equals to mean 2, equals to mean 3, equals to mean 4, and then equals to mean 5. And the alternative hypothesis is H1 equals to the population means are not equal. So to answer the question, there are two ways we can do, which is firstly by using p-value approach and secondly by using critical value approach. So for p-value approach, if p is lesser than alpha, we must reject the null hypothesis. Meanwhile, if p-value is greater than alpha, then we fail to reject the null hypothesis. So for the p-value approach, we can see that the F statistic value is 23.6907 and the p-value is 1.08 E, which means very small amount, which is less than the significance value that is alpha equals to 0.05. Therefore, we reject the null hypothesis and make a conclusion that there is a significant difference in rating of the specific product or service. So now let's use critical value approach. If F statistic value is more than critical value, then we must reject the null hypothesis. But if F statistic value is lesser than critical value, then we fail to reject the null hypothesis. For the critical value approach, the F statistic value is 23.6907 and the critical value is 2.616. This means the F statistic value is much higher than the F value. Therefore, we reject the null hypothesis that states the population mean are equal to each other. So the 5B question is that, have the data in the worksheet defects after delivery changed significantly over the past 5 years? So let's see. So for the question B, we use the same method as the question 5A, and the null hypothesis also mean 1 equals to mean 2 equals to mean 3 equals to mean 4 and then equals to mean 5, and the alternative hypothesis, which is H1 equals to the population means are not equal. So let's see. So for the p-value approach, the F statistic value is 178.2154 and the p-value is 8.68. E, which is a small amount, which is less than the significance value, that is alpha equals to 0.05. Therefore, we reject the null hypothesis and make a conclusion that the population mean for the defects after delivery are not equal to each other. Then we go to the critical value approach. The F statistic value is 178.2154 and the F value is 2.5397. The F statistic value is much greater than the F value. Therefore, the null hypothesis is rejected.
Hi, my name is NURULAIN binti MOHAMAD. I'm going to share and present the answer for question number 6. The question is Datin Fazura Ismi wants you to use the regression analysis to assist her in evaluating the data of employee retention. Without further ado, let's see the solutions how to solve these questions. Now, I'm going to show you how to do the regression analysis function in Excel to evaluate the data of employee retention. First, in Data ribbon, click the Data Analysis Tools. Next, search for Regression and click OK. Then, fill in the input Y range with the dependent variable, which is years PLE. As for the input X range, fill with the independent variables, which are years education, college GPA, and age. Tick the label and click OK. So, this is the summary output. Feel free to adjust the size and highlight the important data. So, this is the final look after adjusting and highlighted the important data. It is more appealing and easy to interpret the data. As you can see, this is the equation of multiple linear regression for the employee retention. First of all, the R squared. Based on the highlighted R squared value is 0.1502 indicates that approximately 15% of variation in employee retention is explained by the year's education, college GPA, and age. Next standard error value is 4.5041, which indicates small standard error. The data is clustered from the fitted line. Furthermore, the F test, based on the value of significance F 0.1146, it is more than the significance level 0.05. Thus, we fail to reject the null hypothesis. Moreover, the T test, 4 years of education and college GPA, the p-value is 0.8513 and 0.5692, which greater than the significance level 0.05. Thus, we fail to reject the null hypothesis. While for the age, the p-value is 0.0376, less than significance level 0.05. Thus, we reject the null hypothesis. As a result, the years of education and the college GPA has no effect on the employee retention, but age has a significant effect on the employee retention. Last but not least, the confidence interval. The confidence interval of years of education and college GPA includes the zero. Thus, it can be concluded that the coefficients have no significance on employee retention. While for the age, the confidence interval does not include the zero. Thus, it can be concluded that the coefficients are statistically significant on employee retention. That's all from me. Thank you.